took a shower, cats are on the balcony, but I have no time to waste because if I get what I'm going to say, I was on here for nothing anyways. Number one, what I'm going to say is Haiti. H-A-I-H-A-I. Anyways, I can't spell it and show it to you. I'm just going to tell you that the world's heavens angel, 1-8, spirit of the heavens, is God. Because of the 9 lives of the cat, if he is that one center spirit of 8, he's the totality. There's no jail big enough. Then I started to go and design. And then I come up with a design. The end. And I started thinking of the curvatures and the lightning bolts. And then I thought of number 7, which actually looks like a 1, but it's got a flat back. Otherwise, it'd be tilted this way, and you'd see that it was a number 7. I'm going to go over to the number 4. What happens to this? You see this triangle? Imagine they were pieces like this. This piece of triangle flips over onto this one because they're on 2 different sides. That's what the line shows, because there's a barrier line. This is on top, and the other one's on the bottom. So they take this triangle and they flip it. It looks like this. But the minute the bottom one disappears, it looks like this. When they put it together, it looks like this. This, if you flip it over on each other, the N, I'm going to show it to you. And you're going to look. I'm not a good artist, but I'm trying my best. You see the way that angle, it's exactly the same. I know what I did. They're straight backs. It doesn't come up on all the letters. It comes up on the letter B. It comes up on the letter D. But on the D, you know when they have the extra line at the top or the extra line at the bottom? Be careful exactly which B it is if you're doing numerology or anything, because they're not the same. And sometimes you need them to pass the line, but in this instance, they didn't. They didn't pass the line because, you know, if you pass both lines, you're guaranteed they cross. But if you only meet them, there's no guarantees at all. There's only a guarantee if they cross. And once they cross, it becomes like this, tic-tac-toe all over the place. But everything's on this angle. So don't ever think of doing things straight, because it ain't straight. That's why it's God did his best to get that angle. You know what I'm saying? Up north is like about this way, yet all the highways sort of go that way. We're still making it up north, but it seems like, anyways. Next thing. It creates this triangle. This triangle. But we know in space compression, okay, or dehydration will either bubble it out into a circle, okay, with these round points. Obviously, it's going to be a horrible circle. It's going to be more like a sphere. But once you take these points and go out, it's a magic carpet. It's the core. It's the core of tic-tac-toe. Then the lines go out this way and the lines go out this way. At the same time, it's the diamond. Now you see the lines going, because once these lines go curving, they're going to meet other curving lines. So this is in roulette. And in roulette, if I could remember, the first time I see that is 8, 10, 11, and 13. We go 10 to 8 to 11 to 13 back to 8. That's right. This is in roulette. The center is 8 and 11. Heaven, a beta. 11 means actually us 9, 2. And inside the secondary world is 2 is 9, makes 9, 11. Okay. On the other side, we have a total of 13 and 10, which is 23, which is B and C. Before Christ, before time, before anything at all. But it's also the number 23. Pending in a sentence how certain letters are used, whether or not they're going to go with the next one, or they break up at every vowel. And don't forget, every letter has a different sound. F and D. The E before, the E after. I'm into that, but I haven't exactly figured the whole thing out. But I did, but I didn't. It's just that it's so large and it's got to work for the whole puzzle. So when you just think you're right, you're only right until a certain area, and then actually you got to keep on working on it. So you keep on spreading. You keep on spreading. Because once everything is spread completely, you're screwed. Because once you spread everything completely, everything becomes flat. If the top is flat and the bottom is flat, they fall together. So what do? They keep everything on triangles like this. And then they put a triangle underneath it. Then they shove a triangle on that side and a triangle on this side. And how do I know? because that's how my name is spelt. I'm going to try and do this if I could. This way, and this way, and this way, and this way. Oh boy, this is not easy to do. This is not easy to do. How can I do this? I take this one out this way, and I take this one out this way. I'm going to do you a short one. I went 1.5. You see the way this will create the spade? I mean the club, 3 points. The other point is connected here. If I flip this, the electrical goes off of here, and that becomes a diamond again. The roundness that you see in the bubble are the connecting wires between the numbers. Now, I'm not explaining everything. I know, okay? I just know I am so right on with what I see. I must be nuts, crazy. I know nothing at all. Everything I say is not worth nothing, not a cent, not a penny, until you can want to make sense out of it. Because once you want to make sense out of it, it now has a value of 1 cent. And if you do it forever, then add on another 4 cents plus the 1 cent is 5 cents, plus you, who adds the cent into this, is 6 cents, and that's my 6 cents of man that I have. How to add the numbers up. Things flip over. Imagine if there was a connection between 1 and 3, okay? And there's a bar there, but in the bar, there's a little thing like this. Now it bends over. Now what's in between 1 and 3 on the flat line was 2, because it's on the flat line, because beta world omega, BO, is a transferable omega, which is the letter T, meaning that the T is the 20th letter, that's all. So since it's the 20th letter and it does what beta does, because the letter A shows nothing, right? So when you actually get to B, number 2 on your telephone, that's actually like saying the 1 is nothing, but we'll start at 2. So when we come all around to the A again, that should be 10. But the number 1 is there with an exclamation point, because that's what he is in this world. He's a dot on the bottom, and man's the dot on top, or on each side. The U has 2 dots. The U has 3 dots. 1 dot on this side of the U, and there's a round part to it. And then on the other side of the U is a dot on top. But that's a stick. You can remove that stick, and if you take that stick and put it on the top of the other side of the U, you make a J. Now you got a Jew. What do you want to do with a Jew in this world? Jupiter. Peter. I'm not scared at all. Am I perturbed at all? No, but it's Jupiter. Oh. 10 for J, 21 for you. Total 31. Isn't that how we all began? And Jupiter was the 5th planet I spoke about. When you flipped over, okay, from 8. Okay, let's say 8 is up here. 2 is over here. And 5 is over here. You take 8 and you flip it over. There you go. Onto 2. Now when you flip it over, or onto 8, when you flip it over, we flip it back now. Now the electrical current is connected, but it's not connected with this card. What I'm trying to say is the electrical box stays like this, but now once the electrical power in, it goes all around. And it now duplicates the 3 points of the card. Here, here, and here. The 3 important parts of the card. And then on top it's here, here, and here. So you have 3, 3, 3, 3 in a rectangular card. This card is an 8 card. So the box gets cut up. Now, if you want to talk about 3 and 3, okay, or 3, 1, 3, or 3, 3, 3, is like I told you, 1, 2, 3. I was sorry, over here there is 3, but there's only 1 that works. You only need to power 1. Power 1, and if you're marking 1 down, and you don't lift your pencil, and you put a little dash mark on the top, it'll look like an I. So it'll be a 1, 9. But it doesn't really matter, because 9 is all of what a God is, and we are the one that makes up the rest. See, when it comes back to the exclamation point, it's actually to be, what is it going to be? The one spirit of life? Is it a boy? Exclamation point? Or is it a girl? Oh, we don't care, because it's under 1. And regardless of what it is, once it comes into the world, it's our little angel anyways. And then when it comes into this world, it's actually under B. Okay, under 2, sorry. And under 2 on the telephone is ABC, so guaranteed it's an angel baby. ABC, Angel baby creation. Is it that easy to figure out all this stuff? Do I just have to make it up so it sounds and looks good? How come it's so easy for me? Or am I just nuts? I'm a sick man. In fact, I'm more than sick, because if you repeat the word 6, S19, I9 makes 28. 19, 1 and 9 is 0. Okay? Now you go, 19 plus 9 is 28, 2 and 8. Oh, I'm sorry, not 0, 1. Now we go 19 plus the next letter is 28. 2 and 8 is 1. Now you go to the last letter, X. X is the 24th letter, plus the 28 that we did already, but it totals 52. 5 and 2 equals 7. 2, okay, which is ABC, alpha beta creation. And what was the last number I called? A, B, C, D. ABC is on the phone. So where was I? Oh my God, I don't like to lose myself. Am I actually doing a video right now? This is insane. It just seems so easy. God, where are you, God? 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 Will you come here? God, are you coming down? God? Oh, what? You're a translator for God. I always thought you were God. Are you just a translator? Oh, shit. Now I got to put up with you too? Not only my dreams? What? What? What's the problem? You don't want me to smoke because you're in the midst of the day. Right. And you're already boiling up. You want to return to the sun to cool off, to come back. That's why they come at night. That's why your angels come at night when you sleep, because they don't have that intense heat from the sun. They can come down from the transmission of the moon and come over here inside the moisture, what you touch. So they come at night. The wolf howls at the moon for the same reason, because it's more like a dry rather than a wet from the day. What's going down is going up, and what's going up is coming down, and the communications are all mixed up. So you gotta just know how to do it. So, oh, so you don't want me to smoke this? Okay. And you want me to smoke this? What, are you kidding me? The gum, like the honey bee, stands to make a trail. He pokes through both eggs for transmission and connection for the energy of the heavens. If you smoke the weed, you will succeed. Well, there you go. There you go. From a poet in the sky. Never blinked an eye, never saw, never did die, and he's gone again. You're gone, just like that. No wonder my ceiling's all white. I don't see him coming in. I'm going to repaint my ceiling. I want to see all the ghosts and goblins coming from above. I see you over there in the corner. What are you doing? Come over here. We're on video. It's not live. We can edit it after. In fact, you're so good in electronics. Why don't you just jump into my computer and put something different on for the public now? Of course I'm trying to get sales. I've got 30 hits in the last 4 days. That's insanely poor. Is it? Because I am poor. I should spend some money to get people. No. The only money I'm going to spend is in the time I'm going to spend to learn how to do things right. And when I do things right, I'll be able to connect to my own value. That's right. 6 cents. I'm valued at 6 cents. But I forgot to tell you about my transmission of the 6 cents. I'm worth the value of my blood pressure and my heartbeat. If you multiply that 6 cents up all day long for the time of my life of 45, I'd have $1 trillion right now. I'd have $1 trillion. You know, the first thing I do, are they going to pay me back? Because I didn't know this until now. But they got to pay me back. I'm going to take the money, and I'm not going to just help save and save and save, because you can't do that. You have to restore trust amongst the entire world so we can work together. There's always going to be that conniving beast, the animal instinct to take when it wants, regardless of whatever is going to happen. Lit it from the wrong end. Ah, you're in the corner. I knew you distracted me for a second. Come on, give me a break. You know what? I figure if I want to get them at night, I got these long sticks I went to pick up. So at nighttime, I sometimes put colored objects on them. I'm going to paint these and put objects on them. So when I wake up in the middle of the night all screwed up, when I look at it, I'll think it's somebody in my apartment or something. You know, you got to jostle your mind a little bit. You know, you don't have to jostle it too much, just enough to get to the edge. You see, I don't like high places, right, all my life, but I've been hanging out in the heavens for the past 7 years, since the 5th of the month. Since the 5th of the month, 7 years. 7 years. And we are close to, because of what everybody's talking about, the new dwarf star and the what's it called, the planet that passed in front of the sun. Don't you know? Planet passing in front of the sun, how much time do we have? 15 minutes. Well, how do you know? Well, the last minute, you don't want to take a chance, right? The minute it comes the first minute, you got to get on. You're getting on between floors, half floors, and past floors. That's why it came a quarter to and half past, and then it was gone. Because 15 minutes is actually 6 hours of the day. That's 1 suit equals to 6. 4 suits is 24. If you want to add on and change and look for differences, the joker also has more than 1 value. Depending on what you're using that joker for, okay? He's more than just a joker. J sounds like J-A. Oh, well, that's Omega. And the J is the 10th letter. So it's 1-O. It's A-O. It's J-O-A. Hey, Joa or Joel. You know, because he's in life, M-N-O. You know the telephone, the way it goes. Well, you got to understand the sequences, because some of them are little wires, and all they do is jump over one letter to the other letter. They connect the switch. It stays open. The middle letter just means connected, like between 1 and 3 and 7 and 9 is the B on the top and the E in the middle. Break-in and entry means the 5 and the 2 came together in the center world. The center world is the 2 worlds. And 5 God, he's the God. He's the God 5. He's the God 5 of the God 4. Why the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 90, 90, 90, and 90, making your diamond on that slanted area. You know what I'm saying? And that 15 minutes you have to come in, because 15 minutes or 15 quarters. You got 15 quarters? Wait a second. What if it was in the 14th minute? You see, like I said, in the 14th minute, that would be the letter N. And they have to stop, because they don't want to get caught between the floors. So they have to stop at the 14th minute, all the way, is it to the 15th or to the 16th? They stop all the way to the 16th minute. Do you know why? Because the 14th minute is N. The 15th is the letter O. No. Or on and off. Why on or off? Because, as I told you, the letter A, no, the first letter is A. The 4th letter is D, okay? But the 5th letter, let me say it again, 14th letter, 15th letter, okay? Like, I don't know why I'm so lost with this. I've done it 100 times because I'm smoking weed. The F letter is the 6th letter. The first letter in the alphabet and the 5th letter in the alphabet, A and E, which is this world, before we transfer on to the next world, you put the A, which is the 1 spirit that'll connect to the 5. The 5 is the E, connects with the 1, which is A. You'd have E and A, arts and entertainment, but numbers, the 1 jumps over and connects to A-E. Hold on a second. Why am I so screwed up? Wow. The A, the I, the E. Fuck. Come on, Ronnie. Come on. Where are you? Why are you so stuck? How do all the letters with the jack and all these letters come about? Okay. We're back on N-O. On. No or on. Okay. When we flip the switch, it's on. Now, to turn the switch off, we use the 15th letter. Okay. And the 15th letter is an O, and then 15 is the first letter and the 5th letter, A and E. So now you got A and E, and in between these 2 letters is the C. So you always got to work with the in between. I'm going to try and explain to you the whole thing the way it works. Okay. Now, Now when you add, okay, all these letters, A is 1, E is 5. That equals F. So if you had on, now you got off, on and off. But if you put one side on, you put two sides on. And if you put two sides on, you end up with two Fs. 6 world and the 6 world. This one and this one. And now they have connected. You see, only 3, because 3 and 3 go on top of each other, so you don't see them anymore. It's a 3 world. When it opens up, it's a 6 world. But in the switch, what was once a 6 world is now a 3 world, because the switch gets connected and it's connected forever. 6 into 3. But the other one opens because it's the field of play, 110 yards. Now we lose some of these yards, like Canadian football, they show the extra yards by 55 yards. We're not allowed to have, because you need an edging. You need an edging to have the, otherwise, I mean, you don't have an edging, you'll be on the edge. So they move it in a little bit from each side. So now you have 100% of your linear space and your world to live on, planet Earth. These are the 4 corners of God, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the interior world, okay? This is the smaller world. There's 2 smaller worlds. There's one complete world, which is the outline of this card, represented by these 2 here and these 2 here, but truthfully, it's all played just over here. Don't you see the X or the Illuminati sign? The way it goes, the V, there's a V here and a V here. Bermuda Triangle, the Middle East. Anyways, I don't know where I was coming from or where I was going, but if you ever saw the Mug and David, the center of it, all these flip over. They flip into here. They have to flip on their numbers to get everything started. Once everything flips together, you have a floor and a basin, and this is all electrical. Now, I think that one of these, some part of it, is dead centered the core of this earth. I mean, it has to be. You know why? Show me the core of this. You don't see it. You never do see it. You ever get to see it? If you get to the core of this, you ruin the whole thing. The oil we have on this planet, all transferred, all manufactured by the elements of time and the God's creation. All these soda bins they have on the outside, these outside planets, it's all a mirage. It's all a mirage. There is some stuff that's true, but it's not all true the way they see it, and it's not all true the way we see it, because our vision, the way we know it, seen millions and trillion kilometers, are we exactly on, or is there somehow we are off? Don't forget, when you put your 2 cents into this, your 2 cents now becomes the 2-point decimal. And since your creation, you become number 23 or 32 because of the world you are in. You are first to your own creation process. You are 3 of 9. Actually, you are 3 of, oh, this is very funny. I'm going to do it again. You are 3 of, here. You are 3 of 1 4 angle. You are 3 of 1 4 angle and the other angle, which makes 1 4 angle. 1 4 angle. Now, here's another 4 angle, but when you put it, when you put the other 4 angle on this 4 angle, it is now the one God of the 5 angle, 1 4 1 5, N and O. If you had to put it on the dice, okay, on this dice, you see that it's an H and an I, but it can also be an N. It's got to be folded over and flipped over. You got to make a diamond. The more diamonds that connect, the more space you got to live in. So you got 3, like we said, of 1 4 and 1 5, because it's only made for man's 1 spirit, God's 5, right? 4 and his 5th angle. Anyways, these 8 on the outside create the 8 of God and the 1 spirit of heaven. He's in the same place. He's right inside our body. He's inside of us. He is God splits himself up into the core of this earth and inside every single heart. That little ball that keeps rolling, I think that's him all the time. He keeps going and going. The more you want him, the more he's going to come to you. He's in your heart. It's pretty weird, eh? It's almost like saying, I got a computer inside my brain. Anything I type in, within seconds, I will get the answer. The whole thing is, my second lasts a lifetime. So you might never get your answer. But a lifetime's all I got. But I'll be back. So anyways, you have this. Not only that, this is omega. This is omega. When you start with omega, the 15th letter, okay, right? What do you get? First letter and the 5th letter, which is A and E. And like I said, we always have to put the inside, the outside, and the in-between, because the whole thing about my work is all about in-between. So we put the in-between there, and what do you got? Oh my God, you've got an ace! Now if you add up 1 and 5 together, you got a face, because that's the 6th letter. Look, you remember in the movie, hey, what was his name? Enzo? Not Enzo. Well, the Z, this says Enzo. Did you know that? This says Neo and Enzo. This is in the first 5 letters of the alphabet that you create everything. Vino, no, on, one, face, life. I mean, that's all you have to say is 1 to 5. But now you've reached the egg, and it's all what the egg has created. Okay, just going to the egg and creating that one egg, it creates all these letters here. It's the egg that created it all. It wasn't the A that created it all. In fact, the A was created inside these numbers over here. Inside just these over here. Look, ace, 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 ace. There's aces all over the place because they fold. They fold in and they connect electricity, connect the electrical fences for the world we are in. How can I talk like this and be so energetic to know that we're only robotics? Although you feel so good and so soft, you know what? Come down to my place. I'll show you some good metal that's very soft too. So not everything is actually rough, you know, unless they're barking at you like a dog. Anyways, the other partial thing I started to do is I'm going to be flipping. When you flip this one from here to here, the envelope gets passed. Every time a flip happens, if there's no delta mark on it, if it's a flat mark or a delta point, and I think the delta point is only in the center over here of the pyramid, these pyramid walls open. They create triangular corners between each other. They create miniature pyramids, and you see this? The little monkey was collecting cash in it because this is one wall. Don't forget, if one wall falls to the other wall, they stand up. So some sticks are longer than other sticks, and they're just constantly, it's just a constant, the same way your skin is on your hand, this is what we live in. The same thing, that close, okay? That when you walk in the air, you feel the air, because it's not only air, there's something in that air. There's something always in the air. Something in the air, my friends. Yes, so. Yes, so. There's so many things, flip-flops. The word Haiti. Okay, I didn't do it yet. I don't know. Can I do it in front of you and let you wait for me? Just wait a second. Let me see if I can get it done right, okay? H A I T. Okay, now, hold it. Look what it says. L-O-T-T. Do you remember Lot? Lot, is that what his name was with Jesus? Was there a guy named Lot in the Bible somewhere? Lot. Now I connect him to Haiti. Now Haiti says heaven's angel. A point of a point. Are there any pyramids out there? What's out there? I need to know the coordinates. Although I probably won't find anything because I jumped from one place to another place. I just want to jump around. This, okay, I designed by flipping over spaces. But in Truth and Revelations, I think they have a design with the mug and dove it over for the same thing. Everything gets opened up. It's like a card, okay? Our beaches are not real. Our beaches are not real. The sand is there. The beach is there. The water is there. But there's more than that. It's sewed together underneath, okay? We had to pull the islands together with the oceans, okay? God couldn't get any land. God didn't find much good land. He had to pull over these beaches and put land next to it and create Florida and all these things. He had to separate from one end of the world until this world was just right so we can live on it. Am I crazy? Am I stupid? Am I wrong? Am I different? Telling you a story. I'm sort of writing a book. Trying, in a way. I'm still learning how to. Maybe one day I'll get to it. Maybe somebody will come to me, because I do have a lot more information than what I divulge. Anyways, I did do Haiti. Got to do a number count. Heavens, angel, 9, cross, 9. 9, 9, cross, 9. Can I show you that? Haiti. Heavens, angel, Haiti. This is Haiti. Look at this. The sin, you won't maybe understand it. This is the T for the cross. You cross both sides, okay? But I'm not finished here. I just want to show you how it works. You must bring in the angles of the Spirit, okay? And when you bring in the angles of the Spirit, this is what happens to it. Forget about the line on the bottom, okay? Just turn it upside down, okay? M-A-I, May. Actually, it says ma vie. It says my life. V and V, here's the life. You see this box here? That's the omega. The two sides is the I on this side, the I on this side. For number 1, for number 3. For the angel, spirit, and for the creation, and for the in-between. The in-between opens up in a Y letter, and the in-between opens up the other way in a Y letter. Y is 5 and 2, 7. The 25th and the 27th letter, they flip up from each other in order to create the space, to create the heaven, to create the two worlds for I, robot, and us, Omega men. This is an I, this is an I. The T crossed itself. I didn't do this purposely. All I added is a V, but it wouldn't matter. The V would have been over here, right? So all I had to do is flip this over into this letter and get my own V if you don't like the way I got it. At the same time, there's more than just this, okay? Because this word here, like on this angle, says I am. Here's the I, here's the A, and here's the M. You see it? And look, K, here's a K letter, I. Now where's that N? The N. Do we flip this over to get the N? Do we get the, oh, the N is right here. N, I. I mean, it just says what it is. It just says what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, fooled around a little bit. We learn, we flip, we pass, we go to roulette. Oh! Forgot to finish something. I got with you the numbers on roulette, right? I told you that triangle. Let me find it from roulette. Here it is. So this angle, it says 21. This says 19. This says 23. Okay, so we got 19, 21, 23. 1921 and 1923. 7 years plus, 7 years minus. 1921, 1914. 21, 1923. 1923. 1921. 1921. 1921. 1921. Oh my God, 1921. 1 and 9 is the spirit birth, and 21 is basically beta alpha. which is in this world the one spirit. It's an expression. In this world, the open space world, it's the one spirit. I think the other world is closed. Either we're living underground or we're living in the water, protecting us from this air from above. You know, what do you want to do? It's from the universe. It's the only thing that works with the matrix system. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we all need an upgrade. So anyways, yeah, the totality of this will be 63, and that is creation of man. 63 reverse, flip, flop, 99, and that makes 11. To a 1, 1, 9, 9 to a 1, 1, 9 to a 1, 9 to a 1, a 1 spirit to the 9 birth. What else do we have? Oh yes, and then there's one on the bottom of the roulette, and I think that's 26, 28, 29, and 31. And that also would make the diamond shape. And this would say 57, 55, 57, 55, 59. 57, 57, 55, and 59. Okay, this is the gates of basically God, right? Okay, this is the passage because it's the center of the center. And who goes to the center? Well, 5 and 9. 5 God and the 9 birth. That's because who owns the 9? The 5 owns the 9. Each one of these are valued at 42 letter count. N-I-N-E-F-I-V-E. Total will be 84. 7 by 12. The 12 months, 12 this, to 12 that. Whatever dozens you want. The 13, well, it's the spirit coming into the world. And the 13th letter has 2 legs, 2 spirits on it. Or actually, it's leaning like this, right? What does the M look like with the outer leg? Let's go down this way from there. Up this way from here. So this would be the M. Is that the M? Yeah, you see there's nothing in the front. There's no spirit there. All you got is a 6. If I put a line down here, now you got an M. Now you can go and you can make your Roman numerals the way you want. I mean, and don't forget I told you, when you start on the 2 on your telephone and you come back to the 1, that 1 is actually last. Because you have to go down to row number 4. But nobody knows row number 4. Row number 4 in the telephone, because it has no numbers, it's a service station. What can I do for you, sir? Number 10, 6 and 4 connecting. Everybody's okay. Yes, we are the satellite station. All stations are go. Well, what about number 11 on the telephone? There is no 11. It's just an egg. Spirit, angel, and man get all into one egg and fit there in this world. One egg goes into the next egg. One egg helps his body grow. The other egg helps his mind grow. The other egg helps him connect it with the spirit matrix of the wolves in heavens. So what do we need all these eggs for? Well, without the eggs in 1,000, you are nothing at all, because it's the one spirit of the 1,000 that keeps you connected, of the 10,000 of the God. What do you mean 10,000 of the God? I thought he was 1,000. Well, you change him to 10,000 now. Well, we went Alpha Omega on the phone. We went all the way to 0. And then we went to 1 again. Well, that 1 and 0 is the same thing. God owns all the eggs. It's just a passage egg in the center over there. It means really no more than this is what home looks like. The 0 on the phone, this is what your empty space actually looks like. Shove Earth into this hole and you will have where you are. Change the position by flipping and flopping and enter into the world. Actually, God will tickle you with the G string on the G point and the G port and let you in the G gate. The gate 8 into the passage of the 9 birth. The 7th gate of the 1 spirit of the 2 world. God brought 3 creation. But from that, he had to have something to start with, and that was an egg. The first letter and the 5th letter, A and E. In between was C. A plus E equals F, making you have a face. Take away the F, you got an ace. Take away the A, you got C and E. Creation, evolution. C and E, the 5th planet and the 3rd planet. E, Earth. C, creation, 3 and 3. E, 5, 5th planet, Jupiter. J-E says I. Hi, everybody. And I think that's enough. Raphael 7286, and I had a fantastic time. I hope everybody learned at least enough for 2 minutes of their time. But don't worry. I will be back. And you know what's so exciting? They cut me 30 videos. I don't know why, and I don't know how. Somehow I really do care. But if I can keep on coming out here and get the spirits of everybody up, it'd be great. But they are still coming down on us really hard and too hard. They are coming down on us. They are coming down on us. The overlords are coming down. They are flipping and flopping their triangles right now. To the left and to the right. And to the left and to the right. I know this trick before. I've seen it 1,000 times. I've seen this trick that the governments are pulling on us 1,000 times. And let me tell you something about pulling on you. If you say pull or pull it, a pullet is a chicken. And what are they pulling? They're bending and flipping their triangles. Because when you want to catch an animal, sometimes you hold the plywood this way, sometimes you hold the plywood this way. You never really hold the plywood straight. You never get an angle on anything. So you're always like this or like this. And when you walk or you take a train, everything connects. Why am I like this? I'm just going on for whatever word comes next to connect for my mind. My mind feels good. If no one wants to watch, don't watch. Too late, you saw me. From now till then, and I come back, Raphael 7286. Thank you, MrTacpans. 144,000 Midway Angels. I'll take back 2 of those eggs. 1,440 Midway Angels. Take back 2 of those eggs. 1 egg is you, and the 1 egg of the spirit, and he's the 1 egg of the transfer spirit, the Midway Angel. The 1,440 is the 1,440 minutes there are in a day. 72 times 5 degrees. This happens. Therefore, during the time of the passage between the sun and the other, whatever went in this way, 15 minutes, 15.25 degrees. Is that the way it works for 360 degrees? Well, that's the way I do it. So 10 is 2.5. And 4 more makes 3.5. 3 times a half is 1.5. 1.5 times 4 is 6. I don't know what passed, but it had to do with Saturn. That's what it comes out to. It has to do with Saturn, and we are Saturn. Somehow, if we are not on Saturn, we might be in that dwarf planet. And all these planets on the outside are always angling their rays, okay, to keep us in line. And we keep traveling, so we can't actually figure out where we actually are to get the real answer to the whole scope on like, hey, Mercury? Well, I thought that was in the ground. It is now. Venus? Well, I thought that was in the alphabet, and they just said V and my ass. And there went Venus. And last but not least, there was Earth. Well, we had to keep Earth. Of course, that's one of the main stations. It's opposite of Uranus. And anything opposite of your ass has got to look good to me. And Earth is a service station. It's blue. It's electrical. 5, 3, Jupiter. Whoa, and Neptune, the power source from Venus in the ground. There ain't no Venus. I don't think Venus exists. Everything existed only when Earth came about. If Mercury exists, it's the core of this Earth. So Mercury comes about, and Earth comes about. The blue sky. So Earth is here. What about Mars? I'm not too sure about Mars, but it's a red planet. So we know there's lots of action going on out there. That, my friend, could be the planet owned by the Spades, okay? Because they're all under the ground. The other thing I want to tell you is Christaberg, the game's not over yet. Do you remember there were so many souls were on the line? He was playing poker and he keeps on losing more souls. Well, I'll lose all my souls in the world because my running shoes ain't no good without a soul, right? Okay? Because a soul is backed out by the heel. The heel, the sole of the foot, and the toe. We're always walking heel to toe. Heel to toe. 2 toes. 2 toes. 1 toe and 1 toe. Heel. 2 toes. 2 toes. Delta angle. 2 toes means 2 twos. 2 and 2 is 4. The 4th corner is D. Now we have 2 toads. That's why they call them the Frenchmen. They're toads. And the English are squareheads because this is the way we go around. This is the way our minds go around. While the French are hopping from one lily pad to the next. Li, 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 20. You ever seen 20, or excuse me, let me not get off what I was on because I'm already off what I'm on. I got to smoke more to get back on it. Then I'll be on here too. Then I won't be off at all, you see. 282 is from 2. Here, let's make it easier. Okay? This one over here, okay, is at 2. This one in the center is at 5. This one over here is 8. So the 2 touches the 8 and then goes back to the 2 position. But it's like it pulls a hole. It pulls with it. Now it's got a whole sheet. There's a whole sheet. Can you see the sheet? It's the palm of my hand. All these sheets come together and they tie up, making a skin. They blow this world up like a big bubble, the inside of us. I don't know how they do it. And then they add on all those diamonds inside. And once all those diamonds connect together, that's the spirit matrix. Now you can support something within this space. Otherwise, you can't. Everybody knows. If you float in space, why aren't we floating here? It's more than what you know. It's more than what they're telling us, okay? You tell me, I'm going to tell you one thing. No matter what I do at Rubik's Cube, the center one will always be the center one. But with this one, I mean, I can change any one of these, but the core is always the core. There ain't nothing there. Fold them and bend them like envelopes. Open them and close them. You stretched out the material and you folded it in. 1, 2, 3, connect it to 1, 2, 3, and pull 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pull 6. Or pull 5. Pull 4. Do you get it? Look at the number of fingers that are going up. Which finger is going up? Add the fingers together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 15. You got 1 egg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you got 2 eggs. These are the spirit for the eggs. You need both the gods in both the worlds, and now you have your heaven. It's a little higher than it is lower, but that's what you have. Your fingers come together, and whatever you make, whatever you can do, whatever I say, if I don't explain it properly, I'm really sorry. But even our faces, we are totally indulged into this. It's almost like walk through a plastic wall, and then let that plastic come around you. That's basically what our bodies are, okay? Now, that is our skin that we were grown with. The minute we come into this world, we leave the water world and we enter a skin into this world that comes around the child and eventually disappears. And when you start to grow hair, you know you're connected, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a lot of hair, a little hair, when the pores, when you start to have pores, well, standard in pores, which is spirit in the one spirit of 6, which is connecting these 3 to these 3. We got to connect. I mean, where are you going to connect? Where are you going to connect otherwise? What other fingers can you connect? You can only connect these 3 fingers and these 2. A and E are alone. Who's in between? C number 3. I got my hands on my face. I got the ace up my ass. I'm smoking a little weed. Gonna roll some more grass. I'm gonna go right now. Raphael 7286. I definitely know my stuff, although I'm all over the place and look like a lunatic. I'm not gonna let myself go, and I'm not gonna put myself down. And I hope whoever was around, who's around, we're all around. What do you mean round? Do you really want to know how the spirit matrix works? It works like this. Imagine this is my hair, and as the spirit matrix comes in, it goes like this. And then look at my hair. It grows. It grows. It grows. But eventually in time, this is not the only place it goes in. It only needs to form a formation of Urantia. Do you think we're bald like this for no reason? Do you think God, who's God? Leave out God for now. Do you think we were created because 2 yous? This is a you, my friend, and if you put your head to my head, take a look what it looks like, especially when we're cheek to cheek and sort of nose to nose. It'll look like a heart or a W. We look like our creation, except all the sticks and stones and bones are all put together, and we can't make hide no hair. Some of us could, many could. I'm having a pretty good time with it, but I really haven't zip. Actually, I have made that zip yesterday. I love it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on your phone, and then you go back to 10. Number 1 is actually number 10. It's not numbers. It's not number 1. It's 10. So they don't put 10. Just like they say 0 is not really a number, but it's a digit. So you put the digit, okay, of 1 in the first box, and then you put the omega letter underneath for the O, because it was the beginning. It was one God and omega, and that's how it started. But if you designed if you put it on the phone like this with number 1 and this underneath, it looks like an exclamation point. The same way they got on this keyboard. Where is it? You see the exclamation point right here? Right here? On the number 1, the exclamation point right here. So, they do it that way. But if the phone's flipped upside down, it's an I-9 birth. Omega is 1 and 5. You got I-9. Now you've got your alphabet from A to I and O. Because once O's around, you know what happens? You get JKLMNO. B, 1 and 6 with the queen. 1 and 7, 7th gate. First part of the 7th gate is the queen. Do you know what happens next to this? You know what happens next to this? If you drew the line too close to it, it turns into a Q. And you know what happens if that was a sperm and that was an egg? Well, that would create the U. But actually, it would create a W, 2 and 3, before Christ and beta creation. And in this world with omega, this says what? So with this whole word, this says qua. Either with this letter or with the U letter, it still says qua. All because the I created this over here. Every letter in the alphabet, whichever way you want to go, whichever road you want to take, I'm there. I'm there. You want to talk about a scissors I've never talked about? Something like this that turns, turn it into something else, flip it over, see what happens. You know, when things are round, you don't have to flip them over. You flip them up and you roll them away, right? So try and figure out what's rolling around, right? Besides that, T and H. You got a little THE, time for heaven's creation. What about coming first? ST. Tabernacle. First ST, you know what that means? The first 2 letters you can actually put on your telephone first is S and T if you really want. That's all. Just put S and T first. You know why? Because S and T is a total of 39. X and O is a total of 39. God is the X and the O, and it's a total of 39 times 2 is 78. 7 plus 8 is 15. And that's the omega egg, 1 and 5. A and E, and in between is C, A and E equals 6, which is F. You get the face, the F, the S, and everything I've said before. So you've got ST and first, so there's one God with spirit, ST. Don't forget, one God, first, ST, spirit transformation, ST. Man has made it home. The spirit and his transformation, transportation. The spirit, transportation, 1 ST first. Then you get the second ND. ND, NO. Actually, ND is the total of N and D. N is the passage. It is total of 18, 1 and 8. The spirit of the 8 of heaven, which is the cat's 9 lives. And you go on and so forth, but I've got 53 minutes, and I got to chop these videos up. This is insane. There's just so many things. Even the reason for monopoly. All I started to do is create 8 corners separate from each other. And I end up with 4 different corners, the starting of monopoly. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. We sat here 53 minutes and we had so much fun. Wake up, everybody. It's over. Hello. Up. Gotta go home. Class is over. 53 minutes of straight talk. Did anybody want to ask any questions? What? What? You're all gone already? Hey, have a good weekend. Oh, take care, my friends. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. 7286. 9 and 5. The last 2 numbers of pi. And my name, Ronnie, 9 6 5 5 9 5, 9, 6. Can you believe the way it starts? Ronnie, the 18th letter, the one spirit of heaven, the R, the AR letter. Arr! Anyways, it's the 18th letter with the A sound. You can now say it's the 19th. So now you got the spirit. O, 1 and 5. Again, we can start the whole face thing over again or just add them together and make 6. So now we got 9 and 6. If it's this way, it's 9. If it's this way, it's 6. Which way are you flopping it? 9 and 6. That's the way the worlds. They're right next to each other. 9 on 6 are two parts of the same triangle. Right over here. 9 is here. 9 is here in the split corner. The 3 is over here in the split corner. Between here and here is 6 and 9 and 6 and 3. 6 and 9 is your creation. 6 and 3 is the creation of man, and 9 and 6 is the birth of man. So right here on this corner. So that's my name, 9 and 6. 9 plus 6 equals 15. You got omega again. And we start all over with the same thing. So now we got 9, 6 to my name. No, N-N-I-E. N is the 14th letter. Again, we can start over again. 14, 1 and 4 is 5. N, 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5. I, 9th letter. And E, 5th letter. Or 59 minutes on the clock. And instead of saying Ronnie, say E-I-E-I-O, because that's where I worked all my life. And on his farm he had a duck. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Quack.